Welcome. I'm Michelle Topi from the Office of the Dean of Students, and it's my pleasure to welcome you here this afternoon. This is the 7th annual reception in honor of PSU student employees. So let's start the afternoon with a round of applause for our student employees. Today, PSU is joining many other institutions across the country in acknowledging National Student Employment Week. This is an organized effort to formally recognize the many contributions that student employees make to higher education. The National Student Employment Association supports and promotes student employment through research, publications, professional development opportunities, and the open exchange of information. This association also coordinates regional and national award programs for outstanding student employees. Before we go any further, I want to let you know that we will be raffling off door prizes for student employees present today at the end of the ceremony. So if you are a student employee and haven't already done so, please be sure to drop your raffle ticket in the hat at the welcome table. And only one ticket per student, please. Student employment offers students the ability to develop skills relevant to any career and to better prepare for the job market upon graduation. PSU employs over 2,500 students at any given time, and they perform invaluable service with enthusiasm, dedication, and initiative. PSU depends on the contributions of our student workforce for the efficient operation of the entire campus. And I have to say, student employees represent a larger part of our student population than the students who are involved with athletics and student activities combined. So when we think about our student employees, for me, I think about we have this terrific opportunity to have a very positive opportunity for us to connect with our students and for them to connect with our campus. And today's event represents one of the ways that we want to celebrate that opportunity and thank you for your contributions. We're pleased to pause in the midst of a busy spring term to recognize our student employees. What will follow is a program that acknowledges our students who have been nominated as excellent student employees by supervisors throughout the campus. And then finally, we'll be identifying the top 4 student honorees and then announcing the outstanding student employee of the year. So much to celebrate. Lots of supervisors, student employees, and former student employees in our midst. So welcome to all of you. And without further ado, I want to introduce the VP for Human Resources, Kathy Laturette.
Well, hi everyone, can you hear me? Yes, thank you. I heard a little voice in the front say yes. I'm delighted to be here. So I'm Kathy from the Human Resources Department, and this is a great event. I am delighted to see so many student employees with their supervisors. As Michelle mentioned, you are a great force within our workforce. So thank you for everything that you do, and this is our day to tell you thank you. I can tell you that we have some very awesome student employees with us here today. They'd like to be right next to you. And nomination after nomination, I get goosebumps when I read them. We see the nominations talk about hard work, initiative, dedication, commitment to doing a job well done, going above and beyond the duties of a job, engaging oneself in the work of the department, being a contributor, and really connecting with others. And you know, I'm from Human Resources, and our job involves helping hire people for the full regular workforce here at PSU, and we look for those same things. So it's very exciting to see that in our student employees. So what I think is we're all winners here today. The administration clearly are winners because we have such an active student workforce. You are winners because you benefit from the experience of working in a real workplace with real deadlines and real problems and challenges, and that hopefully is a very good experience for you as you go out into real careers eventually and after graduation. The university wins, quite frankly, because we need the help. So thank you. We really couldn't do it without you. So that's what it's all about. We like very much being involved with student employees. I know Human Resources could really be very separate from the university. However, we get to be with students. We know when it's midterm week. We know when it's finals week. We know when you're working on papers. We feel your pain and your struggle, and it's a very good connection for us to understand that. We watch your effort and struggle, and we enjoy with you the joy of the journey. We absolutely enjoy the culmination through graduation. Okay, so now what I get to do, very briefly, is just tell you how do we make the decision for these awards. And it's very serious business, okay? There are 6 criteria. The selection committee is composed of members from the Dean of Students, Academic Affairs, Admissions, the Career Center, Campus Rec, Financial Aid, and Undergraduate Advising. So those are the members of the committee. And then they look for 6 criteria: reliability, initiative, uniqueness of contribution, quality of work, professionalism, and community and campus service. All right? 6 good criteria. And then 5 top students are selected. That's a very hard decision to make. And then from those top 5, the final student of the year is selected from those same criteria. So you've got it all. That's what has taken place. And now we will begin with the presentation. And I'm very pleased to introduce to you our Associate Vice Provost for Academic and Career Services, Dan Fortmiller.
Thank you. Well, I'm delighted to be here today. We get to do a lot of speaking and a lot of events over the years, but this is truly one of the enjoyable ones that we have. It's nice to have the front row crowd here. Yay! I started here 25 years ago in my job. Yeah, the HR person's like, go away. Starting 25 years ago, running a tutoring program on campus, and that's a tutoring program that relied on the work of students, peer tutors, assisting peers, and have had the chance over the years of working with students in a variety of manner, whether that's in the tutoring areas, orientation leaders, all across the campus, and certainly can attest to the value of the work that you bring to the campus. And so it is quite an honor to be able to be here and to be able to be the one who gives out awards. So just without further ado, so a little bit of what we've got in the swag bag. The gifts to our 4 outstanding honorees include a box of Ghirardelli chocolates, a PSU soft briefcase, a PSU student leather black leather portfolio, it's PSU student leader black leather portfolio. I didn't know the student leaders were into the leather, but no, I didn't.
You didn't say that.
I didn't say that.
She didn't hear that.
J.R. wrote. Oh, they get a T-shirt. A PSU water bottle, a PSU coffee mug, a PSU jump drive, and a $50 gift card to the PSU bookstore. Thank you for all those who provided. Okay. So these awards are presented in random order. I'm going to announce their names one at a time, ask them to join me at the front of the group. I will share highlights about their work that was submitted by those who nominated. You will see why these students stand out among the very impressive group of nominated students here at PSU. When we are done, we will also ask all of the award winners to come up for a photo op as we're done. So without further ado, our first outstanding honoree, if you will join me, is Carla Ikehara. Carla has worked for 4 years in the Office of Graduate Studies. She was nominated enthusiastically by Courtney Allen Hansen, Delise Oslin, Beth Holmes, and Karen Popp. Carla is always cheerful and courteous, and her quality of work is outstanding. She has left an indelible mark on the university by revamping the way GRE scores are distributed to different departments, and her initiative and attention to detail are phenomenal. In addition to her work in graduate studies, Carla is active in the community. She has used her business acumen to aid and assist a small business near PSU. She is also president of Team Portland Tennis and organizes facilities, schedules, and tournaments for the league. Carla's nominators write that They have been very fortunate to have her on their team and will miss her sorely when she graduates this spring. Carla has been a tremendous asset not only to their office, but to all graduate students who have received PSU degrees in the past 4 years. It gives us great pleasure to recognize Carla's outstanding contribution to PSU as an honored student employee by presenting her this award and this gift basket. Our next outstanding honoree is, I'd like to have a drum roll. Carmen Anderson. For almost 2 years, Carmen has served the Portland State community as the Empowerment Project Coordinator in the Women's Resource Center, and Carmen was nominated by Bridge Garl. Carmen is the embodiment of motivation and innovation and initiative. Since she was hired in July of 2008, she has renamed her program, developed strategic plans, created brand new community partnerships, and added 2 new elements to the program. One dedicated to outreach to prospective students, and another dedicated to service and reaching out to students of color. Carmen is deeply involved in the Portland State community. Before she became the graduate assistant in the Women's Resource Center, she served as a student senator in ASPSU and as a student ambassador. She put on a one-woman show entitled Hello Cancer to raise awareness and build community. In her nomination materials, Bridge wrote, "Carmen is so clearly operating within her appropriate and chosen vocation that she works with the quality and diligence of a seasoned professional." It gives us great pleasure to recognize Carmen's outstanding contribution to PSU as an honored student employee with an award and her gift basket. Our next outstanding honoree is Andy Brown. Andy has the audacity to be on his honeymoon. Yes. This is Molly who did the nomination, and she's going to stand in Andy's stead. Yes, Andy is a student assistant in the library and has worked there for almost 2 years. He was nominated by his supervisor, Molly Laylock Corral. Andy's on his honeymoon. So, he had to make a choice. It's either, take his shot at winning here or go on the honeymoon. I think he's shown why he is such a good employee. Andy gets along with everyone, he is always on time, and has a flair for the dramatic that makes the workday fun. He donned the bunny costume. I really wish he were here. I wanted to ask him, really a bunny costume? All right, brilliant. For a librarian's reference and instruction class, and he should have gone with these guys. He volunteers for everything and is happy to do any task with a smile. Andy does a fantastic job explaining the checkout policies and assessing whether or not patrons meet the criteria for checking out books. As there are different access levels for different patrons, this can be confusing. He is always aware of policy changes and has fabulous communication skills. In nominating, Andy's supervisor wrote, "Andy delivers excellent customer service during every patron interaction, and I have never seen him become irritated or upset with a patron. He spends extra time finding library materials for students, and he knows when to handle an angry patron and when to pass them along to a staff person. That is a skilled student employee." It gives us great pleasure to recognize Andy's outstanding contribution by offering his supervisor his swag, and I'm sure that it will get to him when he comes back from his honeymoon. Friday. Thank you all. Our fourth outstanding honoree is Patrick Awase. Patrick has worked as an orientation leader in orientation and campus visits and as an office assistant in the Undergraduate Advising and Support Center for over a year. He was nominated by Andreen Klossmeyer, Jonathan Luster, and Gabrielle Sisson. Patrick has consistently been the most reliable of orientation leaders. He is always on time, offering to do whatever had to be done to get ready for the day, no matter if that was at 6 a.m., 5 a.m. His level of professionalism is unmatched by his peers, and he is entrusted with tasks that require significant attention to detail and follow-through. In addition, he is the friendly face that people see when they come into the advising office. He gives accurate information and is highly knowledgeable about university policies. He is a fantastic team player. Patrick is a leader who has a unique ability to have a positive effect on nearly everyone he encounters. His nominators explained that while he had no formal leadership role among the orientation leaders in his first year, most looked to him as a role model because of his extraordinary work ethic and his attitude. He has parlayed this into a role as a returning team leader in the 2010-2011 year orientation team. Patrick's supervisors know that he will ask necessary questions and have an in-depth understanding of assigned tasks, make adjustments, and offer a new perspective that may not have been considered. He creates a sense of creativity and openness on the team where others feel safe to share their opinions, insights, or personal experiences without fear of judgment or dismissal. Despite his many talents, he is very humble about his strengths in his leadership and is a dream to have on a team. His humility will be tested after today. It gives us great pleasure to recognize Patrick's outstanding contribution to PSU as an honored student employee by presenting this award and gift. That's it. Now we have arrived at the moment in the program to announce the premier award, the 2009 PSU Student Employee of the Year. And to make this special presentation is last year's winner of this year's award, Judith Awase. Judith, please come up. I'm going to share a little something about Judith with everybody because some of you might not have been here last year. In 2009, when Judith was nominated, she was a student worker in the International Admissions Office. Judith's unparalleled work ethic leads her to succeed in everything she takes on. She received a number of scholarships and was deeply involved in the community. She was a student mentor, leading member of the Organization of International Students, and a volunteer research assistant at OHSU. She was described as small but strong, brilliant but humble, reliable and serious, but the first to offer a smile. And if that's not embarrassing enough for you, turn the program over to Judith to present the final award for our Student Employee of the Year.
I have a pleasure to present this award for the 2010 Outstanding Student Employee of the Year. This student is recognized as the outstanding among a very remarkable group of nominated students and has made and continues to make a tremendous contribution to PSU. PSU's 2010 Student Employee of the Year award goes to Eddie Bernhardt. Eddie has been the Recreation Club peer advisor since last summer, and he was nominated by Semi Fair, Jenny Welnick, and Alex Aceda. His nominators describe him as a more than ideal peer advisor. He is reliable, caring, passionate, innovative, and current. Eddie is dedicated, engaged, and committed. He stepped up to complete a campus recreation training video project alone when his partners faded away. He is willing to take creative steps to solve problems. When he noticed that he was consistently answering the same questions, he developed lunch workshops for the recreation clubs that cover various topics from managing money, websites, understanding the budget process, He bakes cookies for every workshop to ensure that they're well attended. Eddie was a leader of the snowboard club for 2 years before he became the recreation club's peer advisor. Because he felt like he was lacking in the feedback from his club members, he helped to begin a process that would allow student club leaders to be evaluated halfway through the year. This year, he led the charge to survey club members about their leaders, and the process is on its way to becoming an even more formal next year. Eddie's passion for recreation clubs and desire to make the club leader experience a positive one for the students shines through in his quality of work. He produces A+ work on a weekly basis and turns in well thought out and insightful monthly reports. His attention to detail is his attention to detail in his everyday work is what really makes the difference in the office. He goes out of his way to provide completely accurate answers to club leaders, explains policies and procedures, and is a great mentor to the clubs. Now, just before I award Eddie with this celebration basket, let me tell you what's inside this basket. This basket contains all the things that others have received, with an additional $50 gift certificate to the PSU bookstore and a bottle of sparkling cider. And now I'll ask Eddie to say a few words if he's comfortable with that.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I'm very flattered right now. I kind of got thrown into the whole PSU world my freshman year when I got asked to become the leader of the snowboard club, and I was totally in over my head, and it was like kind of a crazy year, but looking back now, I'm graduating in the fall. It's being involved with the snowboard club and campus recreation and rec clubs has really just like totally changed my whole PSU experience. I've met so many really great people, and I feel like I've learned just as much, if not more, from doing this than in all my classes. It's been a great experience, so thanks a lot.
Celebration today, let me invite back on the podium the interim Dean of Students, Michelle Tom.
I want to take this opportunity to thank all the people who were involved in making today's event possible. This event is the example of a really great collaboration between Student Affairs, Human Resources, and the Career Center, and we're really delighted to be able to celebrate with all of you today. And I know there are lots of student employees who are probably back doing their jobs who couldn't be here today, so please extend to them our appreciation and our celebration of the things that they've achieved as student employees at Portland State. I also would like to offer a special appreciation to the supervisors who nominated students. Thank you for your leadership in recognizing the contributions of student employees to your departments and to the university. And as I mentioned earlier, this is such a neat opportunity for us to have a really positive connection with such an integral part of our campus community. And I've been at Portland State for 16 years, and I've seen this part of this dimension of our work become enhanced to the point that I feel like we are adequately expressing to these student employees just what they need. So I hope that you feel that through today's event, but also I know you feel that through the work that your supervisors do to let you know how much they care about you and appreciate you. We would appreciate it if the presenters and our 5 award winners, student employees, could stay and gather on the stage for a photo immediately following the closing of today's event. With all the student employees who are present in the audience today, please stand. you. We do so much appreciate all that you do.